Salut tout le monde, hello! Aujourd'hui, on va étudier de la prononciation. We are going to study some tips of pronunciation. On commence avec la lettre S. We start with the letter S. When you see an S, you can pronounce it either S or Z. So when do we pronounce it S and when do we pronounce it Z? First, when the S is between two vowels. What is a vowel? A vowel is A, E, I, O, U, Y. So when you have a vowel before and a vowel after, you pronounce it Z, like Z, like zo. For example, une rose, there is an O before, I after, so it's Z, une rose. Une maison, you have I before, you have O after, so maison, okay? But most of the time we pronounce S, okay? So for example, when you have a consonant just after, une poste, or if you have an S at the beginning of a word, for example, stop. And even if you have a vowel after, une saison, you don't have a vowel before because it's at the beginning, so you pronounce it S. And when it is at the end of the word, for example, un bus, you pronounce S also. Okay, but most of the time, the final S, like in the plural, we don't pronounce it in French. Par exemple, des enfants. You don't say des enfantes, okay? But for bus, you pronounce it. Okay, so I recap. You have two vowels, it's Z, and the rest of the time it is S. And when you have two vowels and you want it to be pronounced S, it is possible. You just have to double the S. Okay, it is not you that is going to decide, but this is the rule. You will understand. For example, un poison, you have S and you have two vowels, so we pronounce it Z. And un poisson, you have double S, so even if you have two vowels, this is the sound S. Voilà, I hope you understood the pronunciation of the letter S. Let's see the letter C now. La lettre C. So when you have C plus a consonant, you pronounce it K. K. For example, un pacte, c'est exact. Okay? Not complicated. If the C is at the end, it's also K. For example, un sac. So it becomes complicated when there is a vowel after. Why? Because it depends of the vowel that is after. Okay. So when you have E, I, Y after, you pronounce it se. For example, une cerise, there is E after, une cible, I, un signe, Y after. So it is S. And when you have A, O, U, you pronounce it K. For example, un cours, there is O after, la culture, there is U after, et un cahier, there is A after. Okay, understood. But if you have these three vowels after A, U, and O, and you want the letter to be pronounced S, even if it has to be pronounced K, what you do is you add a cédille under the C. We call it a cédille. This is the strange sign under the C. And as if it was magical, it becomes S. Par exemple, un garçon, une leçon. You see, une leçon. In English you have double S, and in French we have CCD. Une leçon. But both are pronounced S. Also you have ça va? Comment ça va? There is a after, you need to add a CD. Or je suis déçu, there is U after, so you need a CD. And to finish, when you have an H after C, you pronounce it sh. Easy. Un chat. Meow. Okay, I know this is a lot of information, but I want to finish with another letter. This is the letter G. G is G in English. G. So most of the time this letter is pronounced G. It's the same as the letter C we've just seen before. You see, it's really symmetrical. G plus consonant after, this is pronounced G. Par exemple, un sigle, okay? And when it is at the end of the word, it's also G. A gag. The problem is when there is a vowel after, it becomes complicated, the same as for the C before. So when you have E, I, and Y, it is pronounced J, and not G. For example, une giraffe, there is an I after, it's J, in giraffe. Also, les gens, there is E, Jean. La gymnastique, Y, gymnastique. And when you have A, O, and U, it's pronounced G. Par exemple, un garçon, un gong, it's G. And when you have a U after G, you pronounce it also G, but be careful. When you have a G, U plus another consonant, for example, Gustave, the first name Gustave, you pronounce it Gu. But most of the time we don't pronounce the U after the G. Concentrate. We use it to say, okay, this letter is pronounced G, even if after you have E or I or Y. For example, un guide. Un guide, in English you say guide. Un guide, you see that we don't say guide, we say guide. We don't pronounce the U, but the U is an intermediate between the G and the E. To say, be careful, we pronounce G, not J. For example, Gide. André Gide is a famous writer, French writer. Gide and guide, you see the difference. The only difference is the U after the G. Let's take another example. La guerre, you have U, guerre, et je gère. So in the first example, you pronounce G because you have GU, and in the second example, you pronounce je because you have G and directly E after. Voila, so I know it's complicated, I know it's not easy, but I hope you understood what I said and you can practice with listening and reading a lot. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask them in the comments below the video. Okay, voila, I hope you liked this video and I'm looking forward to seeing you in another lesson. Ciao, ciao!